Bonjour, and we're back in Sunset Valley for the second part of a renovation. So that renovation is for the festival grounds, so Central Park here, and I'm going to link the first part on the screen. It was mostly about the makeover itself of the park and how, the base park, so with the 4 different corners, and also I rearranged the focal point there. It's not the fountain anymore, it's the bridge now, because I wanted to have a vantage point. I'm discussing all of that in the first episode, and this episode here is going to be about the different seasons. So 5 different ones, because actually there is the construction mode too, like on Sundays when the festival has not yet started. And then spring, summer, fall and winter. So 5 different iterations of that lot, plus a few adjustments because, of course, I forgot a few things. So I need to incorporate them to the main version of the park there. So let's get started. So I've left it a bit too long to record the second voiceover, so it's been a bit since I've done the first part of the lot, so I don't really remember what I've talked about. And so for this one, I'm going to try and focus on the different seasons themselves, and hopefully I won't repeat myself too much. We'll see. But yeah, while I tackle one season at a time, starting with spring, I went back to the common mode pretty often to adjust a few things there. So it was actually not one season in one go. And sometimes I had an idea for a season, so I just went there, put an object, and went back to the season I was working on. So that was the process there. So for each season, I'm going to talk about the color scheme, the theme, the main theme, and also list the different activities there. Before I do that though, the spoilers, I'm thinking about it right now because I'm seeing them. So the original lot already has quite a few spoilers. I don't remember how many, but a few of them. And the issue is if you place that one where the old one used to be, so let's say you bulldoze the default version and place that version instead, which is in the description box below the download link, the spawners the old spawners are still going to be there. They need to be deleted manually, or you're going to have double the spawners there. So for instance, for the fish, I don't think I've changed the spawners there, and so having 2 spawners at exactly the same in exactly the same space, it's going to look very crowded there. You're going to see a lot of fish, and it doesn't serve any purpose. So yeah, that's the issue with the spawners. So back to the Spring Festival, just in time here. And I've the color scheme. I went with what was already there, but mix it up a bit more with the green, sort of lime green there. For the balloons, I think I might have done that a bit later. For the balloons and the awning, I've added that color, and with a pattern, a flowery pattern there. The main theme is flowers, and I guess love. So I've put the 2 kissing booths, and also the garden patch that is on the side. So I've kept it during all the seasons. It's there, but the harvestable plants that are there, adding birdies in the pond. So the plants, the harvestable plants, differ depending on the season. So for spring, it's more flowers and herbs, and for summer, it's going to be more fruits, I guess, and fall, it's pumpkins. The pumpkin patch is over there, and for winter, it's pretty much empty. And oh no, there are seeds. Well, the idea was for the Sims to be able to people watch comfortably the Sims ice skating on the frozen pond, you know. So for the activities, I've kept, as they were already there, the kissing booth, and there is also a dance floor on the stage area. And for the sports corner, I've put the soccer goals there, and also it was already there, the horseshoe game, and it's a bit similar for summer. So there is also the soccer field there, and more snow cone machines. And instead of having the dance floor on the stage, I'm having a smaller one near where the kids' games are. For the color scheme, went with what was already there, but with stripes. And so you can see the difference here. And for the activities, so as I've said, it's mostly the same thing. The main theme was fun under the sun, but I wanted to avoid everything, all the activities where the Sims would change into their swimsuit. So I wanted to avoid that because it's the park in the middle of the town. So I wanted to avoid those. I removed the sprinkler that was there mostly. I know that the water balloon arena, they don't need to switch to their swimsuit for that, so I was good with this one. And another theme I went with a bit later, I think, for spring was to have musical instruments a bit everywhere, so that they could. So I went with the. So in France we have La Fête de la Musique, but it's the first day of summer. So I went with that idea, but for spring, it's a day where there are a lot of different musical events a bit everywhere, like in the street, or you can go to venues. It's a very fun atmosphere, but I went with spring for that, and for summer went more with the artistic, with the paintings, you know, there are easels a bit everywhere, so that they can get to work on their painting skills in the park. Also added to the golfing object, two of them, to do a sort of mini golf there. Next, it's fall festival. So listen, I know it's a controversial choice, but I got rid of the haunted house. It's not as if it's not going to be in town. I've got an idea for it elsewhere on another lot. Here I wasn't really sure where to have it because it's kind of a house in the middle of the park, so it's a bit bizarre. I did use for winter, I did use the half pipe, which is also a bit bizarre, but here, yeah, okay, instead I've made a sort of a maze, I think, let's call it a maze, with the haystacks. So here I'm doing it because I didn't know what spots to have there. I almost put the broomstick arena, but I think you need to be a wizard or witch to ride a broom there. So instead I went with a lot of supernatural items and I did try to have something a bit creepy, I guess, something not really scary, but you know, have different activities there that could considered as Halloween-esque, because that's the main theme I went with for fall. It's spooky season, so went with that. Oh, one thing, I don't think I've talked about that, I don't know. So when you, for the objects, for them to disappear during other seasons, you need them to be most of the buy objects. So the objects that are accessible in the buy catalog, in buy mode, are going to be just there for the season we have placed them in, except for at least one, and that would be the sign from the buy book catalog, that wooden sign. So at first I used it in that maze, but then it did not disappear during the other seasons. It was very weird, so I removed it. And I knew that because I did that before. I don't remember with what lots. But yeah, so you might spot it in the footage somewhere, but I removed it because it wouldn't disappear in other seasons, and it was in the middle of the soccer field during the spring, so got rid of it. The other thing is that most of the objects in the build mode are going to stay there during all seasons. It's not the case for the columns. So you can have them just for one season. So that's pretty cool to have a fake wall, because you cannot build a wall for just one season. And I was happily surprised that the fortune teller wagon, I only put it during a fall festival, so it doesn't appear during all the other seasons. I wasn't sure it wouldn't appear, but it doesn't. I've just had I tried one thing with it, worked, but it's not fully play tested, and I don't think you can go in the fortune teller career because the Sims are not going to be able to reach their workplace during the other seasons. So I placed it just for fall because it went with the theme I had there, but I don't know if it's going to work well. For me, it's more like set dressing. It also took me some time to rearrange everything because I had to go in live mode to have Tintin help me out with scattering hay or having it higher for the maze here. But that might have been the season I've playtested the most actually because of that. So yeah, no haunted house in fall, sorry. So winter festival, again I went with the color scheme that was already there, but just adjusting it a bit and having a pattern there, and have it everywhere. And for the stage area for this one, I went with a sort of display, because for fall, placing the half pipe, it's huge. For fall, I on the stage, I had more of a bit of a spooky, as if there is a spooky play that is going to be there. And I've put TVs, I think. I don't think I've put them for all seasons. Oh, this is for the mistletoe, even though it doesn't work on community lots. I'm still hoping that I might find a mod that makes it work, or maybe I'll figure out how to have it work on community lots. So I've placed one in winter and one in spring on that bridge, like the Lover's Bridge, you know, because since spring one of the themes is love, and having mistletoe in winter seemed logical, so that's why I've put it there during those seasons. Also, there is one sprig in the tunnel under the bridge, the main bridge. There is one all year long. I mean, I've put it in the default park, so in the default season, and so it's there too, not usable either because it doesn't work on community lots without a mod, so I really need to do something there. So I think I was talking about the stage. So for fall, there are TVs so that you can have an audience. You can have people who seems watching, and we can pretend that they are watching the play. I might have done that for another season. I don't think I've done that for winter. So for winter, the stage is more set up for to meet Santa Claus, let's say, and I've put a few activities like 2 small dance floors and a few toys for the kids, because it's semi protected from the element, because I've put others over the overhanging part there. And then there is there special effect in spring and winter there and on the bridge. And also, so for the activities, I've left room to play with snow and added the sculpting station, mostly to pretend they can do sort of a ice sculpting contest there. Maybe I should have put 2, I don't know, but that way there is room if they want to build their own igloo, or if they want to do snow angels, or, you know, there is more room to play with the snow. Also, I went back to the lot a bit later, after the tours, so I've arranged a few things off screen, but nothing major. Okay, let's get to the tour. So the different corners of the Spring Festival, with the food corner over there, family corner, pond corner, and sports corner here. Now off to summer. the overview for the summer festival with, again, the food corner over there, family corner, pond corner, and the sports area with Mari Keaton scoring some goals there. Coming up next, the fall festival. Was a bit darker. I don't really have a lighting mode, it's more a sharpening mode. So the food corner here, family corner with the fortune teller wagon, and then the town corner and the maze here with a few mood lamps here and there. Then finally the winter festival. overview of the winter festival with Claire. Is that Claire? Yeah, it's Claire. Snowboarding there. Okay, so the food corner, family corner, waiting for more ice sculpture there. The pond corner with Buster busting some moves there on the pond, and then the sports corner with that huge half pipe that, yeah, at least it's being used. Let's check her out. I'm sure she's being awesome. Okay, she is. And isn't she pregnant too? Whoa. Oh, yeah. Oh my. So that's it for the festival ground. They are ready to be used. If there are a few adjustments to do, I'll do that for the safe files. Next slot should be another big one, the long grabs, I think. We'll see. And I'll see you then. À bientôt.